Matt, how did Gloucester react to Friday's defeat at home to Exeter?
Yeah, like I said, it's disappointing to lose when we played some good rugby, but small fixes. We look at maybe probably discipline. We can cut away sort of 9 points straight away there, and it becomes a lot closer game. At this point of the stage, we're still in a good place. We just got to keep battling and fighting for what we believe in, and we're going to keep moving to improve. And with such good stuff, and keep battling to the 80 minutes and sort of squash the point gap a little bit tighter. You look at the table now, how close everybody is, and you think one result you can get back up into third. So hopefully we get back on that horse this weekend.
I suppose actually results elsewhere did go your way. A few more teams could have gone above you. Only Bristol and Bath did.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's such an odd season this year with how strong the league is, and obviously with a team obviously being known they're going to relegated already, that the possibility of teams going to go out and play no matter what the weather, the risk, and something's going to come off for some teams. And like you said, Bristol had a good result at Northampton, Bath had a result at Worcester when Worcester had a couple of kicks at the end of the game to possibly win it, and it just compacts everybody again up in the middle, and it shows that this back end of the season there's a lot to play for.
You say back end of the season, it's only after this weekend that we'll actually reach the midpoint of the Premiership, which does show you how much rugby there is still left to play.
Yeah, like I said, but we've done 19 weeks back to back, and there's not 19 weeks left, so we can take a positive out of that. That first block of games was a big long slog from every team, and luckily we got out of it with a lot of players fit, and on the back end of that we got a lot of, I think we got 8 boys at Six Nations being represented, so there's a lot of positives coming out of it as a club, as a squad, and looking forward to improve and move on towards this back end.
And Friday, obviously, change of position for you at fullback. I suppose you're experienced enough, you're versatile enough to cope. But how was it for you playing back there?
Yeah, it's fun. The boys defended really well, and I think that showed by how many times every time Exeter, you'd say their DNA is normally if they get a penalty around the halfway line, they kick it to the corner and they try and maul you and then pick and go through. And they didn't. They believed probably our defence was at a good level, and all the boys fronted up, and that makes my job a lot easier at the back to control it. And I think for them, kicking the points is far easier than us sometimes having to defend those mauls, which they're very good at. But like I said, we want to move on. Like I said, versatility is sometimes a good thing to be able to chuck around the back line, but I know that there's some boys in great coming back to fitness and who are chomping at the bit to get out on that pitch as well.
You're a good talker back there as well for helping the young boys through. Lewis Rees-Sammett obviously has got a lot of headlines this season. How instinctive is he as a player?
I think at the moment he is just, that's how he plays. He's very young, and everything he's doing is so natural to him. And when you start putting level of detail on it for him, as he gets older, he'll learn, he'll become even better, because his instinct will become stronger in certain situations, which is why at the moment he looks so dangerous. The reason I talk so much is my legs are moving slower, but that's what you say in anything. As you get older, your mouth's got to talk more.
Absolutely. You were still able to put him in for the try, though. Really nice moment.
Yeah, like I said, I enjoy seeing other people succeed and do well, and to give him the space to run into, as well as coming off a good driving line out into some great play from Mark Axon to a great ball from Danny. I'm just the link man there to put somebody else into the corner. Even if it just was one finger, it's fine.
And absolutely. That late rally, how much can that give Gloucester momentum going into this weekend?
Oh, lots. I said we played lots of good rugby throughout the whole game. We gave away the ball a couple of times cheaply, and against a team like Exeter, who are, you would say, probably the best team in the league, you can't do that many times. And to be only a couple of scores behind them when it was in our own control is a thing that we need to take positive from, because when we tighten up those little knots and not give them that ins to our half, that we're going to be a lot closer to the game and probably fighting to beat them.
And the Exiles, they beat Harlequins at the Stoop on their own patch. Right, yes, Quins have got injuries, but they still went there and scored 4 tries. How do you rate them?
I think, like I said, if you look at the weather for that Quins game, you couldn't really take much out of the game because it was in the middle of the storm. But I was very impressed with them against Northampton the week before. They fronted up well, they're playing well, and then they're a team full of confidence. And a team like that, you've got to take it to them and meet them head on.